Yeah, you're being asked to step back actually, and that bothers you so much that you manifested a whole reading about it. But there's someone in your energy. It's almost like they want to hear what you're saying, but they don't want to hear it from you. Somebody is having a really difficult time receiving something from you. And I feel like this is the kind of thing, like this could be a child, but this, or a partner, a friend, it's something to where you have to let people's own wisdom kick in. Do you know what I mean? Um, here's the thing too, is I feel like the thing that you might be really struggling with is the fact that people are going to do things their own way, and maybe it'll work out that way. Maybe things will work out in the way that someone else does it. So what I guess I'm trying to say is there could be somebody in your energy who you feel very loving towards, you feel very protective of, you feel like you have to take care of this person, you feel responsible for this person. And so there's a certain thing that you want them to do it your way, and they don't want to do it your way. They want to do it their way. There's two things with this. Number one, the fact that they want to do things your way or their way could like almost make you feel proud of them, right? I know sometimes my kids can express themselves to me about what I'm doing to irritate them. And even though I disagree because I'm the mom and like, what? Even though I might disagree, I still feel really proud of them being able to articulate their feelings and wants and desires and stuff like that. So it's kind of like that thing of like somebody could snap on you and you'd be like, look at you. Like, oh, you're really able to stand up for yourself, even though you don't necessarily want them to stand up to you. So it's that kind of thing to where I feel like you're very proud of this person for being so independent. Or that could be another thing, like maybe you want to be proud of someone. You want someone to be an independent thinker. You don't want to keep holding their hand and telling them what it is they need to do. So somebody could feel like, so this is the flip side of the message, right? Either you could um feel like someone's not listening to you, but somebody could also feel like you're no longer giving them answers, and that could be stressing somebody else out. The fact that you're not stepping in and helping them to figure out what to do. I just feel like there's some inner work that you might need to do at this time. You might really need to like sit back and reflect on this situation, reflect on the fact that, because here's the thing, here's the seed of it, the kernel that I feel like you're struggling with is this person is doing something different and it might actually work out. So there's some way in which I feel like you're being taught in this situation, or you're being provided an example of how things can be different but still be positive, how things could not go exactly according to your plan but still work out in a positive way. That could also be something that like God in the universe is trying to get you to understand, is just because things are not going exactly according to, am I talking to myself? Okay. um but I'm gonna finish the message. Just because things are not going exactly according to your plan does not mean that things are not working out. And you could really need to like sit with yourself and sit with that question of why do you need to control the outcome of things so much, and not so much from the perspective of like why are you so controlling, but from the perspective of why is your faith so shallow, like why is your faith so lacking, almost like who hurt you, like what hurt you, what broke your faith in this way. um what is it, what yeah, this is deep. Okay, I'm just getting it. Okay, because there's something deep inside of you that feels very afraid to ask for help. So that's the first question, is when you struggle to understand why things are going the way that they're going, why do you feel like you can't ask for help. This could have something to do with the way that you were raised, but it's also intertwined into faith, because I feel like this is God asking this question, like, when you, because okay, so I'm getting a lot of downloads, but I feel like there's some sort of spirit guide or spiritual energy that wants you to understand that this is a relationship. And it's something about the way that you interpret relationships to be, and you're applying that belief to your relationship with your creator, with your manifestations, with your life. So if you have been taught to feel like you're not allowed to ask a lot of questions, you're not allowed to want a lot of things, you're supposed to be low maintenance, you're supposed to be out of sight, out of mind, that could be another idea that you have stuck in your head that you maybe need to, because I feel like these ideas have become like subconscious patterns, and these patterns at this point are blocking you from receiving the things that you say you want, because you not only want what you want, but you feel like it has to come through this very specific portal. So not only are you guarding and protecting your own manifestations in that way, and you feel like they have to come through this specific portal, but you're also projecting that onto other people who could use the gifts that you have, but you're like closed off in some sort of way, because you feel like they can only you can only offer your help in this specific way. I don't know, it's all very specific. It's all very controlled and regimented. There's some way in which the way you live your life is very regimented, and I feel like maybe you don't even understand where these borders and these regiments came from, but they're there. And there's something about you feeling like the way that you're supposed to earn love, or the way people are going to be proud of you, is if you don't complain, and is if you don't ask for help, and is if you figure out everything for yourself. So you could also be projecting that onto people, which is you don't want them to complain, you don't want them to ask for help. I feel like there is like a lot of help and assistance for you, but it's like you have to call it forth. Yeah, there's a way you have to ask for help. You could also have this thing where you feel like it's annoying, right? It's annoying if you talk too much. It's annoying if somebody hears your voice too much. You don't want to be annoying. You don't want to be irritating. And so even in your prayers, you feel like you must be irritating God to really ask for what you want, because you're treating God like God is your father who just got home from work and just wants to drink and smoke and doesn't want to be bothered because they're stressed out. I feel like this reading is like trying to say to you, like, God is not your mean dad. God is not irritated with you because you need things, because you need to discuss things, because you have questions about things, because you're curious about things, and because you pray a lot, because you want a lot. Like, that does not irritate God. But there's a way where you feel like it's like you have this whole reservoir of like possibilities and assistance and love, and like this whole minefield of like abundance and wonderfulness that's there for you, but you don't want to bother it too much. It's like if you have a Costco membership card or something, but you go in there and you only buy one thing because you don't want to bother the cashier. Like, there's a definite like, bitch, that's what they're there for ness that it's time for you to apply to your life and your desires. These prayers, this ability to pray, to tap in, to be spiritual, to ask, to beg, even to demand. That's what I'm getting to. It's like there's something about you that's just way too polite with areas of your life that you don't need to be polite with, like areas of your life that's like there, like it's yours and it's for you. It's like you're treating your receptionist like you only ask her to type one word on the document because you don't want to bother her. like you, there's something that you just straight up have access to, and I feel like it's knowledge, it's power. You know how they say knowledge is power, but there's some sort of like knowing that you have. This could be faith, this could, whatever it is, you act like you don't want to use it. You act like you don't want to bother it. You don't want to trouble it. I feel like there's a way where you're just really afraid to be seen. And you could also be afraid to be seen in a certain way. So you could feel like, I'm afraid to be seen as the type of person who asks. I'm afraid to be seen as the type of person who is constantly praying. I'm afraid to be seen as like a bugaboo. I'm afraid to be seen as someone who doesn't know how to just speak once and wait and be patient and stand on faith. Like there's definitely something here about like patience, right? You think that that's the only way to do things or have things is just wait for them. But then there's other people who are able to be persistent, be consistent, be able to like bug the shit out of people, to be a nuisance even, or what you would consider a nuisance. So I kind of think of like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. It's like you're afraid to be a squeaky wheel. You feel like it's something about gratitude, right? Like you're very caught up in just wanting to be grateful and say thank you, or you could be really caught up in wanting someone to be grateful and say thank you to you. And it's something about like the way that you think that things should be or should work because of the way that you've been treated, that it would be one thing if that thing was working, but it's not working. So then you start to like get really down on yourself, and I feel like you start to be unkind to yourself because being patient and waiting is not working. I think this reading is just to say, like, before you make any steps into whatever your next whatever is for your life, it's more important to ask yourself how you're going to move going forward. That's more important than what you're about to do. Because I feel like and I feel like I've had a reading like this before where there's something about like energy, fire, passion. Like have you lost your passion? Have you lost your energy? Have you lost your power? Are you afraid? Because I'm definitely just getting like this fear of being seen. There's a fear of being seen and heard. There's a fear of being annoying, of being too much. Thank you. That's what it is. There's a fear of being too much. If you have a fear of that, I think you need to ask yourself, where did that come from? Because remember in the beginning when I said you're struggling to accept the fact that somebody is doing something different than the way that you have done it or you would have done it. And you're really struggling with the fact that their way is working and your way is not working. I feel like you used to be like that, to where you used to have a way that was different and a way that was working for you. And someone somewhere like made you feel too humble or too like it was too much. Like, I don't know if somebody didn't or doesn't want you to be successful. They feel like that's too much. Or when you start to feel proud of yourself, that's too much. But it's almost like there's like a muzzle on you. Like there's this unconscious hold in your brain that rewards you when you deny yourself. You feel validated when you like suppress your own self. And I don't know if it's that thing of like, when you suppress yourself, you have saved yourself from failing. It's like, well, if I don't let myself try, then I can't fail. And you feel good about not failing. Because that could be something that you've really worried about, is failing. Yes, like, do you have this energy of like, you want to, it's like it's like you want to win a marathon, but you don't want to run. Because if you ran, it would look like trying too hard. You're like, yo, that's doing too much if I actually run at my full speed. So I'm just going to walk. I'm going to be cool and walk the marathon. And yeah, I'm going to lose, but I lost at my own pace. Like, it's like, but you are the fastest person out there. Like, there's some way that you are really afraid to like stretch your muscles, like flex your muscles, flex your ability, and really show off. And I feel like there's no Leo cards out here, but you know, this is all coinciding with this Leo energy. We finna enter where Jupiter's in Leo. It's gonna be Leo in the South Node. We're in Leo right now, which means we have a new moon in Leo coming up. And what else? The 8-8 Lionsgate. I don't know when this reading might drop after the 8-8 Lionsgate, but all the eclipses, all that energy is going on, and it's really like fucking with people in the self-esteem and the ability to be seen, visibility sector of life. So I feel like this is energy that you're dealing with and that you need to deal with, or it's good for you to just sit with it. Not necessarily answer these questions, but sit with these questions of like, where did I get that from? Where did I learn that from? Why am I afraid to be seen? What do I think is the worst thing that's going to happen? Why do I end up being so mean to myself? Where did I get these thoughts from that I'm supposed to have low standards and expectations and be humble? Where did I get this idea that I'm not supposed to be proud of myself? Where did I get this idea that I'm not supposed to ask for help? Where did I get this idea that I'm not supposed to be enthusiastic or excited? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself. All right, I'm gonna talk to you later. Peace.